There were several memorable moments during the hearing. At one point, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson responded to a question about speaking with students. It was at that point that she mentioned a moment during her freshman year at Harvard.
I think the first semester I was really homesick. I was really questioning, do I belong here? Can I make it in this environment? And I was walking through the yard in the evening, and a Black woman I did not know was passing me on the sidewalk. And she looked at me, and I guess she knew how I was feeling. And she leaned over as we crossed and said, "Persevere."
And here with us is Harvard grad Dr. Sherry-Ann Burnett Bowie, president of the Boston chapter of the Links Incorporated, and Northeastern law student and national chair of the National Black Law Students Association, Simone Yap. You've both been involved in watch parties this past week. Sherry-Ann, you and a group of about 175 Black alumni of Harvard delivered a letter to President Biden in support of Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. That letter said in part, Judge Jackson is known widely today for her concise prose and deep understanding of legal precedent, but we know her as someone who enriched our school lives, not only by being a leader, but also by being a great friend and role model. So both as a Harvard alum and as president of the Boston chapter of this national professional women's organization, the Links, which has been supporting her, what are your feelings on after watching the hearings?
Karen, this is such a historic as well as an emotional time. I had the privilege of graduating 2 years after Judge Jackson graduated. And in fact, it was 263 of us Black alums of Harvard who ended up signing that letter. When I tell you that there has been just tremendous excitement, joy at seeing someone who is unequivocally qualified because of all of her years in the judiciary, all of her prior experience with over 600 written opinions, to see her at this moment, words can't really capture. And to know as well what an incredible person she is. We have had some insights into the strength of her character as she has been poised, as she's answered questions thoughtfully and thoroughly, at times in a context which felt very uncomfortable, a context that seemed to forget that this was the fourth time that she was sitting for confirmation hearings and all of the body of work. So it is both joyful and a little bit painful at times because of how she's being questioned, how she's been interrupted. So it is a special time, and I would say there are a number of watch parties that I'm a part of. As you mentioned, I am honored to be the president of the Boston chapter of the Links Incorporated, and we have joined other incredible organizations across our country as part of the Black Women's Roundtable to have watch parties and to bear witness either live or with recordings like I've been doing to what this moment, to send our support to Judge Jackson through our representatives and to bear witness to history.
And Simone, you were in Washington this week in the room for a full day of the hearings. Describe what it was like.
It was so awe-inspiring. Judge Jackson is a masterclass in grace, poise, and judicial style. A lot of the attacks that the Republican senators were throwing her way were rooted in misogynoir, sexism, and not believing that a Black woman can reach such accolades as her, and trying to dog whistle their way through her entire confirmation hearings, from lauding transphobic attacks and trying to dismantle critical race theory and trying to get her as a judge to become a politician. And she navigated that space so gracefully and is just absolutely awe-inspiring to witness.
Simone, you were part of a group of more than 100 Black law students from 17 schools who had a chance to come to Washington, be a part of the watch party, be there in the hearing room. And you're just beginning your legal career. What lessons did you absorb from observing the process?
So from observing the process, I think it was kind of twofold. So one, from Judge Jackson, just knowing that there is nothing that I cannot achieve. I can have it all, because often Black women are put into a box and told that they have to pick between having a family or having a career. But looking at her, you can have all of it. You can have the husband, you can have the children, you can be a stellar advocate, go into private, go into public, and go so high as the highest bench in the land on the judicial level. So from a personal aspect, that meant so much to me. From a career aspect, just being in the room, having all these opportunities to be able to witness the first Black woman Supreme Court nominee undergo her confirmation hearing, and hearing her voice, hearing the strength, the power, and what her judicial mind is like. She's one of the most forthright legal minds I think we have seen in a very long time. She is brilliant, she's qualified, and I'm looking forward to reading more of her opinions and seeing her opinions in future case books.
And in fact, the phrase comes to mind, representation matters. I think that's what you've mentioned, Simone.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And not only does representation matter, it's about being able to see myself in her. Having a Black woman with sister locks, I have braids, my LinkedIn headshot is me with my natural hair, and just knowing that our hair should no longer be in any conversations of professionalism, because for a Black woman to be on the highest court of the land and having locks, don't talk to me about my hair
That's
anymore.
right. That's right. And Sherry-Ann Burnett Bowie, we'll let you close it out. Representation matters?
Absolutely. Every day, every space. I would say clearly on our judiciary branch. And I will also say that there were some very powerful moments having members of our legislative branch be there to show up and to support Judge Jackson.
All right, and the Senate Judiciary Committee will vote on Judge Jackson's nomination on April 4th. Dr. Sherry-Ann Burnett Bowie and Simone Yap, thank you for joining us. Now we're going to step back in time 100 years ago when King Tut's tomb was rediscovered by British archaeologists. New technology making it possible to experience Tut's story like never before. That's next on Cityline.